What's up, legends? I just saw y'all, or y'all just saw me, maybe if you tuned into the last video. But we are on a nature stroll. I figured that this would be the best way to do this one, like to walk and talk, because I don't know, it's good for me. And yeah, I want to inspire somebody to get out into nature. Like, this is the most grounding space for me. I love being out in nature. And I think it's a good way for me not to get distracted too. So yeah, it's just grounding all around. I got my little notey notes. So in the last video, or one of the most recent past videos, we were talking about the download. It would behoove you to really surrender to the divine and really just let go, because once you let go, that is when you're going to get the answers that you were looking for, right? Like, it's good to pray and let the divine know your concerns, God, the divine source, universe, however you would like to look at the slug. Okay, wait, I don't know if I can turn the camera, but I'm just gonna look at that. So already a omen about patience. This is why I wanted to come to the forest, because it's always, and then let me be cognizant of the ground too, because I don't like making accidental animal sacrifices by like killing animals. But yes, so it's good to have patience. You know, once you put your manifestation, your intention, your what you want, your prayer, once you put that out there, you have to be patient and know that it's coming. Believe that you were heard, right? It would behoove you to surrender once you put it out there, because that is when you're going to start seeing your manifestation, or your prayer come into fruition, right? So, ooh, okay, I definitely got distracted by a bird. Um, I'm not sure what that bird is called. It just lost me. But this is what I wanted to say, right? So, once you put it out there and you let it go, right? You are going to notice that the divine is now going to start giving you steps in order to work towards or walk towards whatever you ask for. Here's the kicker though, because a lot of times God or your spirit team, which your spirit team is God, like they're connected to God, they're a way that you can talk directly, or not directly, but they're a way that you can talk to God, right? I just want to say this too. Some people say Jesus, like, you could say Jesus, it doesn't matter. Jesus he might be on your spirit team. You know, like, that might be the main person, the person on your man. Jesus on the main line, tell them what you want. That's a thing. Like, you know, look at the sun, because that's true. So just whoever, your benevolent ancestors, your guardian angels, right? So they are going to start giving you steps to take in order to get closer to your manifestation or get to your wish fulfillment. We're getting a little rain. That's just a little cleansing. It's no problem. So here's the thing though, because a lot of times the steps won't necessarily make logical sense. Like, it won't make sense why you only have $5 and you are getting this strong intuition that you should go to the store and buy a Slurpee. You know what I'm saying? But the thing that my spirit team has really been working with me on is you have to see things with your spiritual eyes and not your logical, regular, physical eyes, right? Because the ego and the shadow, which I believe are two different dimensions of the self, right? We always talk about the multi-dimensions of the self. The ego and the shadow are likely to come in and be like, that makes no sense. We only got $5. We about to be broke as hell. Why would I do that? Where's the money gonna come from? You know, like, and that's not the point. The point is, once you follow the steps, it's gonna start being very clear why you were asked to do that. You never know who's gonna be in that store. Or it might not even be the fact that you need to necessarily meet somebody in the store that's gonna cause like dramatic change in your life. It may just be a moment where you get a chance to laugh with the cashier and you haven't laughed in 7 days. That is very significant, especially when we are, practicing gratefulness methods, right? Because a lot of times when we are in the thick of it, it can be difficult to find things to smile about. So, like you can be like, I'm grateful for my, but it's another thing for another physical person to cross your path and actually bring you some joy. You know what I'm saying? So it'll just be like an extra thing to be grateful for. Like, how many times are you out in public and you actually have a really good, like, peaceful, calming interaction with another person? For me, it's not all the time. Like, I find myself smiling at people and people will be looking at me like, okay. I know she didn't just look at me. You know what I'm saying? So it may just be a very small aspect that will bring you more light into your life, right? And that's what the divine is trying to do. They're trying to bring you to a space where you are expecting good things. And I feel like a lot of us have trouble with that. We don't expect good things. We don't think that, certain things are possible for us or just possible, period. We live in a very pessimistic world. If you were that listen, listen, I'm still getting used to I'm still getting used to the nature. Listen, boundaries, we always talk about boundaries, but I forgot what I was talking about. That was clearly a omen. That was a moth. Ooh, so moths for me, I'm just gonna go with the flow here, and he's following me. So yeah, I'm gonna just go with the flow here. Moths to me represent camouflage, right? And as we're talking about going with the flow and fitting in, I think that is what the divine wants to break us out of our normal flow. And they want to bring us into a brand new flow, right? We were doing this 15 days of heart clearing in order to break the normal trajectory of the way that we think and the way that we go about our day-to-day life, the way that we can look at our experiences, right? We wanted to break that normal trajectory so that we can start to look at things more so with our spiritual eyes and understand that we are literally spirits having a human experience. Not just like, things are happening for us, not to us. And a lot of times, it can just be difficult. It can be difficult. And we kind of just want to blend in, but it's like, So when the divine is asking you to take certain steps, even if it doesn't make sense, it would behoove you to do it. And that's not to say that, that one step is going to cause, like I said, like just a huge, dramatic, life-changing, like, it may not be your lottery hit, but it may be one small step that is leading you to the victory that you are looking for. So for example, I'm just gonna put myself out here. Working to be a leader in the community, right? As an entrepreneur, I had to get comfortable with talking to people. So the divine was putting me in positions to where I was talking to people that were rejecting me, and talking to people that were not nice at all. And I would be like, oh, what was the point? What was the point? And I would be so upset and hurt. Well, the point is, one, to strengthen your discernment. Two, to strengthen your heart. Well, discernment. Let's talk about discernment, especially because this mosquito just popped out, right? Everybody is not going to have your best interest at heart, and it would behoove you to know that and understand that, right? Once you strengthen your discernment, you will spend less time even dealing with and talking to these people, because you will be able to peep that energy a lot faster, and you'll be like, okay, yeah, this is not even energy that I want to deal with, so let me take myself out the situation because this is clearly not for me. It's going to strengthen your heart, because you have to face a lot of no's to get a yes, or to get to a yes. Not always, but I feel like if you just start getting yeses, you'll be privileged, and then you'll be in a space where you have a lot of privilege and you lack knowledge because you really lack experience, right? So when you get those no's, it's gonna be devastating, and it'll be like, I never, So it would be better for you to get to get so many no's, so that you can build your discernment, build your wisdom, build your heart strength, and then also build yourself, build your brand, build how you want to present yourself. I really do believe that that is true. So a lot of times, like when we are facing things, and like coming across failures, or coming across events where it's like, I did what I was supposed to do and I don't understand why this is happening. it would it's better to come at it without the judgments of what you thought, right? Because most of the time, when you are looking at things with your logical eyes, things are not going to make sense. They're just not, because this is a spiritual battle. Like, this is a spiritual battle, but we aren't on a plane like that allows for us to really like see everything and comprehend everything spiritual. Like, I was learning and reading that the 3D plane actually compresses like a lot of things, so that we're not able to see it, we're not able to sense it, we're not able to pick it up, but you can intuitively. And that's why it is so important to look at the fireworks, period. That's why it is so important to trust yourself, trust your intuition. And a lot of people say like, oh, I don't listen to the voices in my head. You should get comfortable with the different voices in your head, because they're not going to go away. Like, you cannot cast them out, you cannot pray them away. They are there, and they're there for a reason. They are there to help you, to guide you, to protect you, to keep you safe. You should learn their names, actually, like different voices. If it's coming in and it feels like more masculine or more like male, you should ask that voice or that spirit, like, what is your name? These are all spirits and voices that are within you. So there's no need to fear things that are a part of you. That might be the issue in the first place. You are fearing yourself, which is fearing your power. There's no need to do that. It's only going to hold you back. So the more time that you take to really understand yourself, to listen to yourself, to listen to your intuition, and to take heed to what your intuition is telling you, instead of trying to, push it away, like, no, I don't want to hear that, I don't want to hear that. No, take time and figure out, why is this coming up? What part of you is this that is giving you this sign, or this symbol, or this warning, or this message? Really take the time to understand you. That is a part of learning yourself, right? And that's something that a lot of people don't teach. They don't teach that part about learning yourself, because it's very difficult to understand the multi-dimensions of the self, right? We have the higher self, we have the shadow, we have the ego, and those are just three, right? Then you have the chakras. You can actually learn your chakras names. If you have a womb, you can ask your womb what the name is, or what her name is, or what their name is. These are all dimensions of the self that you have access to, if you are willing to tap in. And it's just, it makes everything so much easier, because there's less judgment that you will have on yourself, like, ooh, am I crazy? Or like, ooh, did I hear that? Yes, you heard that. Ooh, did I see that? Yes, you saw that. like, it's okay. There are a lot of fish active today, which I love that they are really, the water spirits are out here rocking with us today. um so yeah, guys, I just wanted to encourage you, while you are taking these steps to find out who you are, taking the steps towards your purpose, and possibly having to do things that don't make logical sense, right? But they make spiritual sense. And if you were to tap into your intuition and the many dimensions of yourself, I'm sure you will be able to find the answers. All you have to do is ask. And most of the time we will get the intuition, or we will get the answer. So it's just a matter of you believing it. You believe in yourself, right? Because it's not your mind. I hate when people say that, like, I don't want to be like that, but I really do dislike that. I dislike when people are like, I don't want to listen to my mind. It's like, well, who are you listening to then? You know? And in one of the past videos too, we were talking about how it's so easy to be swayed by other spirits, and it can literally be as easy as talking to somebody on the phone, because when you are talking to another person, you are talking to another spirit in a body. So really, this whole 3D reality is but an illusion. It's an illusion. We have these bodies, but this is not real. Like, that's why I really don't like when people look at me and, like, they start it's like, no, because you don't even know me. Like, you see this body, but this body is not even me. And I think it takes a certain level of discernment and wisdom to even come to that place. But it just is what it is. So please listen to your minds. Listen to all aspects of your mind, and listen to the multi dimensions of yourself, because it really will help you with your self discovery. It will help you with your feeling like, your prayers are being unanswered. They're not being unanswered. There may be some answers that you were not willing to accept. So I just want to encourage you to listen, and just, listen, and be okay with what comes up. Don't be scared. Don't be well, it's okay to be scared, and it's okay to be nervous. But the things that you don't listen to, they will come up again and again and again. So before you start feeling like you're being tortured, give me a second. Before you start feeling like you're being tortured by your mind because you're really just not listening, it would be a lot easier for you to just tap in with your mind and be like, okay, what is this? Or, who is this? What's your name? And you will get very clear answers. You will just get very clear answers. Like, it just is what it is. And you can tell that it's not you because it won't be in the same language. Like, the speech will be a little bit different. Spirit often speaks to me in what it seems to be like riddles, or like coded words. Like, they might say a word and I might write something different, but then what I wrote low-key applies to what they said, or it'll almost be like one in the same. Listen, spirit speaks to everybody differently, even in animal totems. I love nature, so spirit will send me different animals, birds, flies, fish. Did I say flies? I just started being friendly with the flies. I literally just started being friendly with the flies because I used to see it as a bad omen, but spirit had to challenge me, like, Nia, you always say there's no bad and good, so why is it all of a sudden bad when it comes to the flies? Like, yes, they are annoying, and yes, they almost never come with a good message. But honestly, neither do ravens, because when I see ravens, I know I'm in the underworld. I know there's something going on. But I don't necessarily look at ravens and, try to get ready to punch the world. When I look at flies, I'm ready to fight everybody and break mirrors and punch through closets. That's just not necessarily the way that we should act. So now I make the flies these bitches is my sons. Like, that's what it's giving. I make friends with the monsters that's under my bed. Get along with the voices inside of my head. And I don't remember the rest of the words, but that's not important. So yeah, I just wanted to inspire you guys, because this is really it's like an illusion. Like, this 3D world that we're going through, very much kind of not real. I mean, it's real, but it's not real. It's like, I resonate with the people that call it like a game or an illusion, because look at the airplane. we going places, y'all. Like, once we tap in and really like get comfortable with the multi dimensions of ourselves, I'm telling you, the way that we are going to soar, the way that you are going to soar, is going to be unbelievable, not only to you but to everybody around you, to all of the disbelievers. When spirit is telling you to get rid of people or to block people out of your life or to cut them off, it's best for you to listen, because you really don't know why they are telling you that. And it may not necessarily be because somebody is, being malicious, or it may not be that. It might just be because wherever you are going, they aren't doing the work to keep up. And I'll be honest, like, as you elevate, the spiritual warfare gets deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. You will literally start to see people get possessed by demons or spirits. That's not a joke. Like, that is not a joke. It's not a joke. And honestly, it is protecting people's safety. Especially children. It would be like almost better for you to, cause I used to have an issue with that. I'll be like, these are children. It would be better for you to distance yourself from the children because of the level of spiritual warfare. Are they in a place in their lives, an age, are they at a certain level of wisdom and discernment to where they will be able to protect themselves? And if not, it would be better for you to just follow what spirit says. You know what I'm saying? But like, that is very difficult, because on this 3D realm, we have all of these feelings, and it's like, what if they, excuse my language, but fuck all of that. Fuck all of that. like really, fuck all of that. Really. Because it's not about that. And it will be very clear to you soon. I feel like that was for somebody, so I'm gonna go with it. Yes, it will be clear to you very soon. It will be clear to them very soon. Life is very long. For the majority of people, they gonna be around and nobody gonna die. So, like, you'll have time to explain it later, if you are even supposed to explain it later. This is a personal journey. So it just is what it is, guys. You have to protect yourself. You have to protect yourself. And you're doing all of this spiritual work. You have to protect yourself, and trust that the same spiritual protection that you had before you knew that you were tapped in, and before you started intentionally tapping in, and before you started doing all of this work, the same spiritual protection that you had back in the day when you knew nothing and you weren't praying and you weren't doing nothing, that's the same spiritual protection that they have. Do not put yourself in a position to where you are trying to be God. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really can't save nobody. You can't heal people. They have to go through their own journey of awakening so that they can find God themselves. It's not for you to expose people to God. You don't have that kind of power. Like, you really don't. Like, they can listen to you and be inspired by you, but it wouldn't be in your best interest to have people idolizing you either, because that's not it. So I'm gonna leave it there, because I think that's pretty much it. Self-preservation is key. And that's actually, I think once this video will be released, that'll be the topic of the day, the last day of the 15 days of heart clearing. We're talking about self-preservation. And yes, guys, make sure you are getting comfortable with yourself, learning all of your multi-dimensions. Get comfortable with the voices inside of your head. And yes, like, take each step towards your goals, even the ones that don't make sense. They are going to make sense. Usually as soon as you do it, or the next day, you will receive some insight, like, oh, that's what that was about. And at that point, it's just a matter of acceptance. Are you going to listen and accept it? Do you accept that reason? And yeah, it just is what it is, guys. I love you. Take care. Stay legendary. Also, I'm gonna start making sure that I say, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and comment below, because it really does help. It really does help the channel grow. And it really does help me know that, you guys are being helped and, being reached. I pray that this video meets everybody at the perfect divine timing, and that it infiltrates your soul, your mind, in the perfect divine ways that God and your spirit team intends for it to. And I wish you love, peace, prosperity, and balance within your own darkness so that you can get along with the voices inside of your head. All right, guys, I love you.